girls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all have had an amazing week. This past week specifically has been so busy with work. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to upload, but we're here, thank God. So if you're watching this right now, thank you for sticking with me. For today's video, I wanted to do a little outfit get ready with me. I post these all the time on TikTok, but I've never done it here on YouTube, and I just thought I'd give you a very long, thorough process of getting ready. My makeup's already done, fresh set of nails, so I'm feeling really cute. So I'm gonna walk you through putting an outfit together, and I also thought I'd answer some questions you guys have. I posted a little poll on my Instagram asking you guys to ask any questions you may have for a Q&A, and I got so many. So after an hour, I screenshotted all the ones that were there, and I haven't seen if there's any more. But yeah, I have like 5 pages of all the questions you guys asked me, so I'm gonna answer those. And if there's any more questions I didn't get to, I can always answer them in another video. Just let me know if you guys like these types of videos, and I'll keep doing them. Okay, so let's get ready. I thought because it's springtime, I wanted to wear something like flowy and cute and fairy-like, and I have an idea for a dress. Let me show you. I just thrifted this insane dress. I think I showed you guys in my last thrift haul. It's just like unreal, so ethereal, so gorgeous. My only qualm with it is that it may be a little too like boobs out, so I may need to layer a bit with this one, but I'm gonna try this on. Okay, the dress is gorgeous, just as I predicted. I'm still wearing my skirt under because I'm like, it's kind of a moment, but my boobs are definitely out, so I'm gonna add a little cardigan. I'm gonna add this perfect little patchwork lace bolero I thrifted on eBay for like 10 bucks. Okay, this is much better. It's still like va-va-voom, but in a way that's a little more covered up. They're still so out. Like, it's still spring. They don't need to be completely out. Once it's summer, of course, but we have some time before then. Okay, let me start answering some questions. Best thrift find of the year. I'm literally this dress. I've never found something so beautifully intricate and lacy and flowy. It's like everything I love in a clothing piece. If not this dress, probably this little mini skirt. If you can even believe how gorgeous this is. It says Drama Queen all over it with this cute little gingham belt with a silver buckle. Oh, it's so cute. I feel like it may, okay, there's no way this is a bathing suit because there's no like little shorties under it, but it's elastic enough for me to think it might have been. I don't know. It is so cunty and cute. I love her. Who are your favorite artists or band? Oh my God. Let me think of who's been on repeat lately. I listen to this one playlist every spring. There's a lot of Kate Bush on it. There's a lot of Fiona Apple, Cocteau Twins, Nico. Those are some of my favorite artists. They're all very old artists. Some people I like that are releasing music right now is, of course, Chappell Rowan. I adore her. She can do no wrong in my eyes. I think she's amazing. I love what she stands for. And we've never had a lesbian pop star at her level of stardom ever. And people need to know about that. And I just love everything she stands for. She's perfect in my eyes. Tips on how to layer outfits. Well, we're doing that today. I love a little bolero or cardigan. Like, when it comes to wanting to layer, I'm always going to include that. Or a pair of like crochet sleeves is always very cute. I mean, this is already a heavily layered outfit right now. I haven't taken the skirt off because I just love how long this is. It makes me feel like a girl out of a Fruits magazine picture. I just think this is adorable. I really may keep it. I don't know. It's also just like really cold in my apartment right now, so I want to keep as much clothing on as possible. But my tips for layering are to just keep adding and seeing what works. Bloomers are always great. Jeans, long skirts, several skirts on top of each other, and boleros and like undershirts or very thin shirts. Those are all very good for layering. Don't be scared to add too much. You can always take stuff off. How long have you and Elise been together? We've been together for about 2.5 years. Like, yeah, 2.5 years, I would say. And the next question is, how did you and Elise meet? And honestly, guys, it's such a long, sweet story. I feel like I can't even do it justice, like answering quickly like this. I would rather make a whole video on that, but is that something you'd want? Do you want to hear the like hour-long version of how we met? It was in person. It was very just like, it felt like fate. It was pure magic. Let me know if you want an entire video on that. It's like my favorite story to tell. Where do you get your inspiration for your outfits? Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Pinterest is my girl. I'm on Pinterest every single night right before bed. It's like I want to see magical, beautiful, ethereal unicorns right before I go to sleep. It makes for the best dreams ever. But aside from Pinterest, I honestly feel very inspired once I go into the thrift store and I find the absurdity that lives in the thrift. Things that are at the thrift you couldn't even begin to imagine in your wildest dreams. It is so bizarre in there, and I always feel very inspired by the things people leave behind, how I can make that new and beautiful for me. You just never know what you're gonna get, and I love that. And that's literally how I've curated my entire closet. I just recommend following your heart. If you see something real funky and you don't know how you're gonna style it, you'll figure it out. You know, if you're drawn to something, that means something. And there have been times where I've bought something that I've been a little unsure of, and then I get home and I'm like, wait a second, this works perfectly with this piece. And then I just play. Like, getting ready is very playful and fun for me. Okay, speaking of getting ready, let's continue with this outfit. I think, yes, I'm keeping the skirt. It's a vibe to me. Like, it's cold out right now. I want as many layers as possible. So that means let's add more. I think I'm gonna go get some high socks and pick a pair of boots that match with this. Okay, I brought a couple accessories from my room. Let's start with the shoes and socks. I was thinking these adorable little crochet socks that are knee-high. I don't know if you guys noticed, Mr. Miso's been here the entire time. Okay, next question is, do you have a public Pinterest account? You guys, you ask me this on almost all my videos where I mention Pinterest. The answer is yes, I do have a public Pinterest account, but when people ask me what my username is, I don't answer because Pinterest isn't one of those social medias where I'm trying to have a following. It purely is just for me, and if I know people are watching me pin things on my boards, something about it just doesn't feel right to me. It's almost like what having a Tumblr was back in 2014, at least to me. I don't know. It's just not that type of social media. If you really wanted to find me, you could find me. I think I have like 200 followers on there, but I really don't want any more. So if it gets too crazy, I'll go on private, but for now, yes, it is public. Okay, socks are on. Here's what they look like. You can't see them, but it's still important. Then I'm gonna go in with these adorable platform boots. Rock Boots sent me these and I haven't worn them yet, so I'm super excited. Okay, boots are on. I don't know if you can see from here. Hold on, let me go over here. Can you see? I hope you can see, but look at how cute. Like, adorable. I love the way the little lace crochet shows on top of the boots. I feel like a little Renaissance fairy. Yes, this is the vibe I was going for. I'm pretty obsessed with how this is coming together. I could finish right here, but I want to do more. Okay, let me answer a couple more. Where are you from? I'm from a little suburb in South Florida. It's not Miami. It's right outside of Miami. It's a tiny little suburb, but it is in Broward County. So if you know where that is, that's where I'm from. Is social media and content creating your main job? If so, how did you get into it? So the short answer is no. The long answer is that I'm an actor and model. That is what I went to school for. Well, I went to school for acting, not modeling. Imagine going to school for modeling. You have like serving face at 8 a.m., being cut at 12 p.m., practicing your walk at 2 p.m. Not that that was that different from acting school. I had like a makeup class in the morning. I had a scene study at like 2 p.m. and then I had a breathing class, a 2-hour class on just learning how to breathe correctly. Shockingly enough, I was doing it wrong. I do get a lot of questions asking me if I was in a commercial or if someone really did see me in some spot in a campaign. If you think you saw me, yes, you did. But yeah, that's just a little bit of my lore. There's so much more to that, but that's the short answer. Full-time, I'm an actor and model. I also own a jewelry brand, as some of you may know. I'm wearing one of my pieces right now, but I have so many side quests. Who knows where life will take me, honestly. This one's cute. Do you like fairy tales? And if so, do you have a favorite one? Of course, I love fairy tales. The first one that comes to mind is Hansel and Gretel. It's what I really liked as a kid. I think I was really attracted to all the baked goods and sweets and gingerbread and the beautiful home and the colors of Hansel and Gretel. Not much has changed. Those are still things I'm very much captured by and inspired by and love, especially because I love to bake. So when I see a beautiful treat, I'm like, I want to make that. Also in Los Angeles, there's a lot of Hansel and Gretel style houses, and every time I see one, I kind of freak out. I think they're so beautiful. It's one of my favorite style of houses. I also really love Alice in Wonderland. I know that's not technically a fairy tale, but it's whimsical, so it's in the realm of fairy tales, you know? I love it so much. It was one of my favorite books as a child. I remember my brother gifted me this like gigantic book of Alice in Wonderland, and it was hot pink and it had like gold detailing all over it, and it just stood right on my bedside every single night, and I'd always read a little bit of it. And as an adult, I'm very inspired by the movies. I just think Alice in Wonderland is such a beautiful story and movie, and I just love everything about it. Okay, let's continue with the outfit. I am wearing this necklace right here, which I think is really cute, but I feel like this little dragonfly freshwater pearl necklace may match a little better, so I'm gonna try this on with it. Take this little number off. This is probably one of my favorite necklaces I've ever made, to be honest. I incorporated so many cute buttons and like freshwater pearls and this beautiful floral glass bead. It's been on my website for a while, which is like lucky for me. But if you're interested, she is available on dollhousetreasures.com. Okay, back to business. Let's put this little necklace on. Oh, I also forgot I'm wearing my button earrings right now. I also made these and they definitely match the vibe. I'm gonna keep these on, and yes to the dragonfly necklace. I think this is perfect. Okay, I'm loving this. I'm wondering if this needs a scarf. My outfit is very neutral right now, so I'm thinking this pretty little burgundy scarf could add a pop of color that I think it needs. I think absolutely. Hello? That's adorable. Okay, yes to the scarf, maybe some crochet hand warmers as well. I feel like layering to the max, so why not? Elise made me these. This is actually one of the first gifts they've ever made and gave me. It was for my birthday, and I remember being really like just blown away by these because they put grommets in crochet, and if you know anything about grommets and crochet, like those two do not go together. They told me it took them a very long time to finish these. Elise has always been really good at making me the most special handmade gifts and things I've never owned before. Like this is so unique and gorgeous, and I'm definitely wearing these. They're perfect. They match the vibe. Okay, I feel like this outfit is really coming together. She may even be done, but let's answer a couple more questions. What are my favorite ways to cheer myself up on a bad day? As a little shopaholic, I always like to get myself a little sweet treat or just a treat in general, like going to the thrift store, going shopping, browsing eBay. That's always bound to make me feel better. But to genuinely feel better, like in my heart and body, I go to the park or I go to nature. There's this one spot that I found very close to my house that it's like a little mini trail, and if you go off the trail, there's this like gorgeous field of grass with these huge rocks that look like gigantic pebble stones, which are just rocks, but they look like they were set up for a fairy to like jump on, and it kind of goes down, and I just bring my blanket there and I lay there, and no one goes there because it's kind of like off of a hiking trail, so it's very closed off. It is so magical. There's like a bunch of trees over you and they're swaying, and anytime I'm in nature, I just feel completely at peace and calm, and I always end up feeling better. So I would say going into nature, put your little playlist on, journal. That always just makes me feel very connected to myself. When I'm not journaling for a prolonged period of time, I'm always a little out of sorts. So I just feel like checking in with yourself and doing things that make you happy. Go to nature, collage, go on eBay. Those are my things. But I feel like that would help anyone, to be honest. So, I don't know, try that. Next question. What is your favorite artist right now? Oh my god, that is like such a broad question. Probably my girlfriend. Honestly, Elise makes the best art in like so many different forms, whether that's sewing, crocheting, designing. They also made me this beautiful framed art piece that had a bunch of like fabric in it, and they are just like so creative. I love anything that their mind comes up with and creates. But besides them, one of my favorite artists, her name is Maddie Duda. Such a cute name. I have been pinning her art on my Pinterest for the past like year. I didn't realize this. I didn't know even her name. I just like saw her art. It wasn't until I did a collaboration with Sixth Dimension. They sent me some of their clothing pieces, and one of them was this gorgeous, I will put it up right here, this gorgeous baby blue tank top with a portrait of a girl on it. And I remember being like, I know that girl. I have her pinned on like so many of my boards. And I realized she did a collaboration with Sixth Dimension. That's when I found her Instagram, and I realized she does all kinds of art. She does soft sculpture, she does painting, she does sewing, she does embroidery. I just think she's so talented. I think her Instagram is like Madelize. You guys should check her out. She's very cool. My best friend Nova Odette, she makes the most insane, beautiful bunny dolls. I'll also put a photo right here. I would say my friends and the people in my life inspire me most because I know their minds. So to see what they make is just so fascinating and beautiful to me. I'm just very inspired by the people in my life and how their minds work so differently than mine, and we see things in different ways, and how they make something so beautiful out of that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I'll do one more question. Okay, what are my favorite brands to thrift or buy new? I don't really buy new at all. I truly can't even think of something that comes to mind. So I'll do what are my favorite brands to thrift. If I find Betsy Johnson at the thrift, it's over. I freak out. I recently actually just found a little slip dress from her. Let me show you actually. This is the little baby doll slip dress I found. Are you kidding me? It is so comfy and cute. I wear this as a little nightie to bed, but I know I could style this out for sure. Love finding Miss Betsy at the thrift. There's this brand called David and Goliath that I always freak out when I find. They make the cutest little gothic baby tees, and I always find them in the children's section. You should always be looking in the children's section. They always put like goth and alternative and like kawaii cute stuff in the children's section because they think that's what it's for. It's like, that's for an adult. But yeah, I love finding David and Goliath. There's this other brand called the French Connection that makes really cute, simple basics, but there's always a fun pattern. Like I thrifted this like striped zip up, very tight jacket that I really like. Elise has found a couple tops from them too. That also reminds me of Ink. Ink is a brand my mom used to shop at when I was a child, and I used to always be like, oh, this is like an old lady brand. And now when I find it at the thrift, I flip out because, let me show you again. I found this jacket from Ink at the thrift store, perfectly in my size, cunty little tight marching band jacket. Look at these buttons. That is no old lady brand. That is Ink International, or yeah, Ink International Concepts. Oh my God, International Concepts, that's a cute name. Like, hello? I love finding Ink at the thrift. It's definitely a hit or miss sometimes, but most of the time it's very cute. Those are just a couple of my favorites. And this is the final outfit. So we've got some arm warmers, cute little lace patchwork vintage bolero, vintage lacy dress over my brown and black gingham skirt. And I've got my boots on, my crochet socks. Like, oh, I need to go to a field right now. I don't want to work. I want to frolic. I don't know. We'll see where the wind takes me, but I'm very happy with this outfit. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved answering your questions. I loved getting ready with you. It was a ball, and I hope you enjoyed as well. That is it for today. I love you, angels, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.